Mic check. Hello. 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 Hello everyone. Welcome to the game design channel. And as usual, I'm saying we, but I'm the only one here. So I'll be doing the game breakdown for the Dune game. Rishi, if you have met him in one of our previous live streams, he has done the breakdown of the entire game. And today I'll be explaining the breakdown to you guys so that you can understand how the exact gameplay works and how it functions. So we'll just start directly with the breakdown. Let me open. Before opening, let me check if the stream is working fine, if everything is all right. You can understand how the exact. Okay, my hair is kind of messed up. I'm sorry about that. So anyway, yeah, the stream is working really good. I can hear, I can see. Okay, let me just showcase the breakdown which has been done. So yeah, this is the entire breakdown done by Rishi for the Dune game. And first he has done the breakdown of basic mechanism. So this is like the basic introduction of the entire game, about its core loop, on its working, controls, etc. And then this second frame which you see here is the breakdown of how the exact gameplay takes place. And here inside the game, if I have to give a brief example of the game, it's a game where you just have to use one of your fingers and tap or hold on top of the screen, and you have to control a character and make it such that the character goes onto a dune at the perfect angle and gains momentum. So once I start explaining, it will be much easier to understand. So for that dunes to get generated, it's procedurally getting generated, right? For that extra frame was required because the entire explanation is done in this frame, where how the dune is exactly getting generated is showcased. Let me check the live stream once more just in case. 1 second, guys. Just to make sure everything's alright from my end, because I'm not using my usual Wi-Fi. I'm using my mobile data today as I'm not at home right now. Case 1 second, guys. Okay, yeah, it's working. Let me showcase the breakdown again. Yeah, so I'll just start with the introduction. Here, Rishi has basically explained the game itself with a brief description. So Dune is basically a hyper-casual game developed by Voodoo Games. In this game, we control a ball-like object so that, as I said, it should gain momentum by giving it the perfect angle to land on a particular dune. Our goal is basically to gain as much points as possible, and whenever we gain the perfect momentum, there's a horizon line, and if we pass that horizon line, we'll get points. So basically our goal is to pass that horizon line and gain as much points as possible. So here is the game core loop. So we have to just tap and hold on the screen to gain momentum. and we have to make the jump above the line, which I call as the horizon line, and we have to make a smooth landing to make sure like we gain more momentum to cross the horizon even further away. If we don't like what do you say land exactly like in a perfect angle, we will crash. So our goal is to not crash and gain as much points as possible. So that's the basic core loop. So here again the mechanism is explained by him. So we have to basically tap and hold on the screen to accelerate and build up the speed. And whenever we release, the ball shaped object which he was talking about will decelerate. So basically it will not gain that much speed when we release it. Only when we tap or hold on the screen it will gain extra speed. So that's the mechanics. And above the horizon line, the higher we go above the horizon line, the more points we get, and also the higher amount of time we spend above the horizon line will give us more points. So that's the mechanics for this. And also there are coins placed in the level, and we have to make sure to collect these coins, because collecting these coins will give us more points, so that you can add on to your score which is already getting gained after you cross the horizon level. And when the game session ends, all your score will be calculated together, so it will be summed up. So the score which you got by crossing the horizon line, the score which you got by collecting the coins, will all be added up, and then it will help you to get your rank among all the players. So that's the so yeah that's the what do you say mechanics for coins counting in this game. Not coins, points counting in this game, sorry, my bad. And then based on what rank you get, you'll be getting reward. So each rank will have a unique distinct reward for it which you will be getting. So the more you grind, the more you get points, the better the reward which you will be getting. And also every time the player attempts the level, they must use tickets. So in order to play a level, you must use a ticket in order to play the level, and these tickets will recharge over time and can be also bought by IPA. The thing is, this mechanics you might have also seen in Beach Buggy. If I had mentioned it or not, I'm not sure. But even there, you had to like spend some tickets in order to play a level, and those tickets would recharge over time. So it's not that once you spend all the tickets, you cannot play the game again. You have to wait for a while until the tickets recharge. Then this is the controls. As I said, you have to just tap or hold on the screen to accelerate. Releasing will decelerate the ball character, and also tap while you are in the mid air. Like you might be going at a steep like a broader curve, right? But if you tap, your curve might steepen up, so you might try to micro adjust in the mid air. So that's the another mechanics, but basically that also comes under tapping and holding onto the screen. Then the difficulty curve. So for the beginning phase, it's extremely easy. All the dunes which get generated are wide and smooth dunes, and also the speed of the character which we control is extremely slow, so we can control the character much easier. And also the horizon line is lower compared to the higher difficulties, so that's another way to make the player get more points. Then in the medium difficulty, the speed of the player gradually increases, and also the dunes, instead of being broader, they become slightly steeper and also shorter, so that you don't gain much momentum when you go through the ramp. Then timing precision becomes more critical. Yeah, you have to time the moment, time the time. You have to time the movement when you hold onto the screen, so that you gain the perfect momentum. Otherwise, you'll lose all the momentum you gain, or in the worst case, you might crash. Then in the hard difficulty, the camera zooms out slightly as the speed increases. Since the speed is much higher, the camera is zoomed out so that you can see much wider area of the dunes. Otherwise, the speed will be much higher and you cannot anticipate what's coming further ahead. So this is another mechanic which is extremely useful for the hard levels. And also the ball will bounce higher, making horizon crossings riskier. So and since the speed is really high, the basically the momentum is really high, and again because of that, the jumps which you take above the horizon line will be higher, and it will be riskier because landing will be like what do you say difficult in that case, because your speed is extremely high. Crashing becomes extremely frequent. So yeah, these are all the hard mechanics. This all these what do you say, difficulties depend upon the player's skill level. This is mentioned in the procedural generation breakdown. It's here. Once I come to this part, I'll start explaining that. Then power-ups. There's no power-ups in this game. So this is extremely simple game. Try to gain momentum, collect the coins, get higher rank, get rewards. That's it. There's no power-ups like Beach Buggy where you have multiple tons of power-ups, multiple tons of character power-ups, etc. So this is an extremely simple game. The reason we went to with doing a breakdown of this game is because in BattleBox, if you have seen, we have a similar game called as the Galactic Guide, and if we did the breakdown of this game, it will also be useful for us there, so that we can understand how we can implement some features in our game. It's not exactly similar to this, but there are a few similarities, if you can see. Then meta progression. So basically, like the player will earn coins every run. It's not that it will be stopped in a particular run. And also the coins will unlock new balls and Dune skins. So you can play with variations. You can grind to unlock new stuffs, as I said. And higher scores and smooth landing streaks unlock achievements. So there are achievements in the game as well. So if you are perfectly landing on a Dune, maybe like continuous amount of times, maybe like 3 or 5 times, you will get a unlock achievement like that. And again, as I said, leaderboard is also there in this game, where higher your rank, the higher, better the rewards which you will be get. They have a league as well inside the leaderboard, which is divided by top n% of the players based on the high score. Then once the player progresses from one league to higher league, they will receive league rewards. So there are achievement rewards, there are league rewards, and inside the league, based on which league you are in, there are rank rewards for that particular league as well. So there are multiple rewards which you can get. I think power-ups he has mentioned twice. Oh, I just forgot to mention this earlier. Okay, as I said, there are no power-ups. Then the sprites which are present in the game are, one is the horizon line which I mentioned, then dunes basically, then score indicators to indicate what's your score. It will be presented at the top of the screen and the middle. Then coins and tickets, coins which you can collect in the level, tickets which you have to spend to play a particular level. And then we have backgrounds. So basically like the sky background or ocean background. This again you can unlock different skins based on the coins which you have. And there is no health system. So if you crash, it is done. It's game over. You have to repeat the game again. Uh, it's not that once you crash, you will lose half a health. No, no, no. You will completely lose. Tickets are like no number of attempts a player can make in a daily, which I already said. Each ticket's recharge. One ticket will be recharged in 20 minutes. So if you finished up all your tickets, you have to wait 20 minutes for one ticket to be recharged, and then you can play the next level. Then, as I said, there are 3 different types of rewards which you can get: league rewards, lucky spin rewards, and chest rewards. Chest rewards is based upon the ranking which you get in the particular league, and lucky spin is based on the daily spin rewards. If you have seen few games, based on that, you get few rewards as well. Then, scoring system. 1 point is awarded for every time you cross the horizon, the line which I mentioned, you'll get a point. But if you land on the dune at the perfect angle and then you cross the horizon line, depending upon how many times you perfect your angle, you'll get a bonus multiplier. So if you land perfectly once, you'll get a 2 times multiplier, so you'll get 2 points. 2 times you'll get 4 times multiplier, so you'll get 4 points. So you have to land it perfectly to get higher points. Then collecting each coin will get 1 more point for the player. Then highest score is saved and displayed on the main menu, so that you can see, and maybe you can showcase it to your friends. I got this high score, etc. Yeah, there is no exactly win in this case. Basically, it's an endless score based runner, right? So you can play the game again and again and again. The goal is basically to beat your own personal score and the leaderboard rankings, so that you can gain better rewards. That's it. Loss condition is basically when you crash land, so you'll immediately crash, and there's no half health, so you'll lose all your health. And revive ads, so once you crash, you can watch ads to revive yourself. That's also another mechanic in this game. So let's go to the actual Dune gameplay breakdown. One second, I'll be back. Hopefully, I'm audible again. Yeah, okay. So in the main menu, as I was saying, like you can see the all the aspects. Like it's basically explaining how the gameplay works, and also you can see the number of tickets here, and also shows the timer, like how much time is left for the next ticket to be filled, the total number of coins you have, your current highest high score which you have done, and also other aspects such as like the settings, or also the skins which you currently have, which you can equip, and also you can watch ads to gain some power-ups in this game. Power-ups as in it's not like an actual power-up in the sense, it's basically increasing either your speed or earnings, or the acceleration speed of your character will be increased. So this is the basic main menu which you can see. I think Rishi has mistakenly challenged CHALLENGS. Okay, spelling was wrong, my bad. Then once you start the game, the player will be accelerating here. If you can see, this is your character, and these are the dunes which I was talking about, and also this is the background. This is your current score which is shown at the top. So you have to hold in order to accelerate, go above, and this is the horizon line. You have to cross this horizon line to get points. Then, as I was saying, you have to go above this horizon line, and you can see all the dudes which are coming in front of you, and you can either decide to tap here itself so that you can decelerate here and gain momentum, or else wait for this ball to go farther here and then tap here so that you can accelerate here. So it's dependent on you, so you have to time it right. Then smooth landing. So once you perform a perfect landing, it will be showcased here. It will say smooth landing, so you have a multiplier of times 2. Here you can see, I don't think it's showcased here, okay. But whenever we cross the horizon line, we should get 1 point. But in this case, we are getting 2 because we have a times 2 multiplier because of the smooth landing which we just did. Then here if you see, I did the smooth landing twice, and because of that I got times 4 multiplier, and instead of +2 I got +4 points. So after, if you based on how many times you do the continuous smooth landing, that many times you get multipliers. And if you do multiple, what do you say, smooth landings, the trail effect which you can see, by default it's like a fireball one which looks extremely basic. but here it's like shiny, and also the VFX effect, which is like cosmetic, extremely cosmic type. So based on the number of times you do the smooth landing streak, you get this VFX effect. And once you do the smooth landing, the game also shows like if you land it here, you can get 2 times more, so basically 4 times the multiplier. So the game is basically helping you to achieve more multipliers in this case. Then we have the coins. Collecting each coin will gain the point by 1, and also these coins, as I mentioned, can be used to purchase cosmetics in the game. Then crashing. Once you crash, like let's say in this case, if the player had landed here, he could have gained more momentum and went past the horizon line. But since he crashed exactly on the middle here, he is dead and he has to play the game again. And once the game is over, it will show your score which you did in this current run, and also below that it will show your high score which you have done in all the previous runs. And once you tap on the screen, you can continue to play the game again. And this is the leaderboard which I was mentioning about. So in the world leaderboard, it will show your ranking. So you are basically Rishi was basically in the 259th position, and it will also showcase the total amount of score which he did, which is 11.89k in this case, and also his nationality for some reason. Even I don't know why that is important, but yeah, that is also shown. And also you can double your score by watching ads, so that you can go higher in the leaderboards and get rewards. Then league reward, it is shown in this type of reward is showcased, basically a chest, and also the league which you are present in this case, which is the Ruby League. And once you claim on this reward, the chest will open up and you will get a particular reward. And if you go to the next league, this is the progression it shows. So in this case, Rishi went from Ruby League to the Diamond League, and it will show among how many number of players you belong to. So Rishi belongs to the top 10% of players. He was grinding really hard. Okay, I can see that now. Then we can, based on the coins which we had collected, we can either customize the character, customize the dunes, or customize the background. So we have 3 different customizations, and in this case Dune was selected, and we can see the different dunes which we can activate. Purple Dune, like chocolatey color Dune, desert type of Dune, etc. And then again, as I said, this is the background, so we can have nighttime, sunset, techno, sky, alienesque atmosphere, etc. So there are different customizations. And this is for the characters, where you can customize your character. It's not necessary that your character needs to be in a circular shape. In this case, if you see here, it's like a heart shape, right? So there are different options as well. Then there are challenges in the game. If you complete a particular challenge, you get these many amount of coins which is mentioned below the task. So basically for this task you get 30 coins, and this task was basically to perform at least one smooth landing. Most of these tasks are extremely simple to perform, so if you perform them, you get the many amount of tasks. And once you activate the task, it will take you to the level, and you have to perform the task in this particular level, not in general level. In this particular level, once you complete it, the game will be over and you get the reward. And there's an actual shop as well, where you can buy the coins, in order which you have to spend IRL money for. And once you get the coins, you can spend it on cosmetics. Then tickets, as I was mentioning, this is the tickets. It shows the number of tickets which is present in the game, and also the timer is shown, indicating how much time is left for the next ticket to be generated. Then you can buy the tickets from the shop as well, or else you can watch an ad to get 3 tickets. So you basically can play 3 levels once you watch an ad. It's extremely useful. Let's say if your tickets are all empty and you don't have anything to do, so instead of just waiting around, you can watch a 30-second or 1-minute ad and then get 3 tickets. Then there are also keys in the level, which I forgot to mention. Once keys are extremely rare in the game, and once you collect the keys, it will be stored, and once you have 3 keys you can open up a chest which you usually get in the rewards. And see here it's saying that you need 3 keys to open a reward, and you have to choose between all these chests which reward you want. And if you have only 3 keys, you can open one key for each chest. So in this case there are 3 chests which is open, and he got 75, 75, 150 total coins. And then we have the settings. So in the settings, I think, yeah, this one. In settings, basically you can control the audio, the vibration, and also the privacy settings. So basic settings which we can all see in the other games as well. Then lucky spin reward, so you can spin this daily once, and based on your luck you will be getting the reward. So in this case most of the rewards is coins itself. One is ticket, this is a ball skin, and I'm not sure what this is, but that is one of the rewards. Oh, this is basically you can spin the wheel again, so you get another chance at spinning the wheel. So this is basically the breakdown of the game. This game is extremely simple, and hence not much complex breakdown was needed like Beach Buggy or Chameleon Run. This was done in like quite a few frames, but the concept of generating the dunes was extremely difficult. If you can see here, the dunes here which are generated are extremely random, right? And in some cases what happens, like once this pointy thing gets generated here, another pointy thing might get generated beside it as well, and it's not good because you cannot gain momentum using that. So you have to make it in such a way that it uses good slopes for the momentum to be gained, and also it's not extremely difficult so that you cannot gain the momentum at all. If in this case, the way these guys use this, what do you say, moment dune generation is by 2 things. One is they put out control points, and they use a spline method, and in this specific case the spline method which they use is called as Catmull Rom spline. So I'll here extremely, like, what do you say, detailed definition is given by Rishi. If you want, you can read it out by pausing the stream for a while. I'll just scroll down it a bit, but I'll explain this in extremely simple terms for now. So the way it works is, I said there are control points, right? So control points are basically points which are placed at a certain distance from each other, and each of these points depict the peak of a particular dune. So in this case this is the dune's peak, in this case this is the dune's peak, etc. So each one has its own peak, and it's not that all the peaks are at the same height. Some peaks are higher, some peaks are lower. What Catmull Rom spline does is it smoothens out all these control points. So instead of making it extremely pointy, it becomes extremely smooth, and also the what do you say, the bottom part of it also becomes extremely smooth, so that the player can gain momentum extremely easily. And then based on whatever is getting generated below that spline, the mesh gets generated. In this case, the skin which was provided for the mesh was this, so this mesh gets generated below this curve. And since it will not be this pointy, since we did this in Figma, it's extremely pointy as of now, but it will follow this curve spline, and it will be basically a dune. The reason why this is like extremely narrow is because in this case we had to generate a graph, right? We made it narrower, but in the game's sake, these control points which are showcased will not be present exactly here. It will be placed at a certain distance from each other, all these points. And because based on the distance, the dunes, what do you say, width will be enhanced. So this is the way the procedural dune gets generated. Here again he has mentioned it in a, what do you say, a flowchart kind of way. So noise gets generated, which is the control points in this case, and we are smoothening the, you say, smoothening the control points using the Catmull Rom spline. And based on the difficulty, these control points are placed. So if it's extremely easy, the control points are placed extremely far from each other. For medium, it's much closer, and for what do you say, hard, it's even much closer, so that the width of the dune decreases. And then after that, the physics mesh gets generated, which is shown in this case. Below whatever the curve was obtained, below that the mesh gets generated. Then sometimes they recycle the mesh which is used. So in this case, this mesh gets generated. This is entire spline, and then a second spline is generated here, and the end of the first spline gets connected with the end of the second spline. And this, in this way, by using multiple splines, in this case he has called it as segments, there are infinite number of dunes get generated. So segment 1, segment 2, segment 3, until segment n, and this gets into an infinite loop, as I said. So this is the way the dune gets generated in this game currently, and this is the entire breakdown of the game. I don't think anyone is there. Okay, so yeah, this is the entire breakdown of the game. This is basically the introduction which I explained. This is the breakdown of the actual gameplay, and this is the way what do you say, the dune gets generated. Since no one, I don't. Okay, I guess we can end the stream here since this is done. Okay, thank you guys for watching. This was the breakdown of the Dune game, which was done by Rishi and explained by me. We before this we had done few breakdowns of other games such as Chameleon Run, Beach Buggy, and one more game which I forgot. Oh my god, how could I forget that? But anyway, now we have the third or fourth game, which is the Dune, and we also had an interview with one of the student game developer called as Ansh. That video was released today, so you guys can watch that as well if you have the time. And if you want to want to come in one of our videos, if you have developed a game, or you yourself are a game designer, you can contact us through the WhatsApp channel which we have created. The link for that WhatsApp channel is in our description right now. Yeah, and apart from that, we can end the stream. Thank you guys for watching. Hope this was useful. I'll be seeing you in the